Hey everybody, Eric Lima here. You're watching EML77 TV episode 185. What's going on? How's everyone doing on this nice cold January 31st, 2019, the last day of January. We're going to head to the month that is the shortest month of the year, but also the month we need to worry about just in case of winter weather. So, only have 28. Technically, we only have 47 days left until spring. You know, that should be the upside, 47 days left. But also, this is the month, February is also the month where everything in baseball is starting to progress for the 2019 season. The trucks are going to move out, pitchers and catchers report to spring training, all the other players report to spring training, and that means our beloved Red Sox will be defending their world title from 2018 when they defeated the Los Angeles Dodgers 4-1 in October. This past October, and 95% of our team is still there. Only Drew Pomeranz and Joe Kelly are the only ones from that team that are gone. Drew Pomeranz went over to San Francisco, and Joe Kelly has signed a deal with the Dodgers, the runners-up. Ironically, isn't it? And we don't know where Manny Machado is going to end up. We don't know where Bryce Harper is going to end up. So it's still up in the air about that. And it's very, very cold. It's been very cold out, man. It is so cold out. I thought for sure the roads were going to be bad. I thought I was going to have some issues with that. I thought there was going to be some snow on the ground, and we might end up shoveling up. Guess what? Good news. Neither of that happened. The roads look pretty good. I took the highway just in case. Got to work. No problem. No issues. Whatever. But it was very cold out. It is so cold out. You can take all your food out of the fridge, put it in the shed, and tell the family, hey, there's your new fridge. Anybody want anything? Go get it in the new fridge. So, world's worst joke. That's me. Okay. So it is very great cold out, though. I advise you if you have dogs or cats, pets living with you. And if you stick them out, if you have them outside, please get them in, and make sure they stay in. If they have to go out if you have to go out and go to the bathroom, that's fine. If they don't want to go out there, cats got the kitty litter. I don't know what you give the dogs. They should have an indoor thing to go for the dogs to go in the bathroom. That way, if it's cold or rainy outside, they can go. Instead of having to pee on the floor and all that good stuff. But and pets are we don't want to, and don't leave them outside. Those poor things. They're frail and all that, and that's why I totally hate just leaving the dogs outside. It's really sad. Anyways, so that's what's going on. Also tomorrow, a lot of wrestling. For me, I am so glad I don't work Saturdays anymore. This is a good thing because I can stay up late Friday nights and watch all the wrestling. I can watch New Japan, 8 o'clock on Access TV, then Women of Wrestling, Wild Superstars at 9. Go on Twitch and watch some Impact Wrestling. I'm really excited. So 4 hours worth of wrestling. Gotta love Fridays. And then Saturday is the Worlds Collide. Superstars from NXT, NXT UK, and 205 Live will compete. And whoever wins that tournament will have a championship match of their choice. So like their version of the Royal Rumble. So even though we've had a lot of NXT representation in the Royal Rumble this year, I'm very, very amazed about that. Especially from the ladies' side. No, the only one legend that returned was Jeff Jarrett, and he drew in number 2 against Elias and drew it at number 1. So, and they're continuing their feud from it. And Road Dogg is now in it because he was Jeff Jarrett's roadie from back in the day, 90s. Check it out. Speaking of that, the W Network has added superstars to their lineup. Gotta check it out there. Maybe and since it's all in 1992, maybe the funeral parlor incident with Jake the Snake Roberts and The Undertaker is in it. So I'm going to watch that because I still can't believe that even happened. You know what I mean? Who knew The Undertaker would be popular out of that situation? Forgive my appearance. Like I said, the scruffy look. There's a little bit of cold outside. I usually wait. It's very tough when you have a bunch of girls in this house and to take a shower or go to the bathroom at all. It's a challenge. But you have to be smart. Sometimes it takes smarts. So I usually wait till the weekend to actually take a shower, for goodness sakes. And it's really, really bad, you know what I'm saying? It's just awful. Yeah, and it was very cold outside, And, but the good news is I had no problem opening up the doors to my trunk and my car, put the stuff in there, turn it on. I had to leave the house a little bit early just in case that the roads were bad, but they weren't. So I decided it would give me an opportunity to warm up the car, and once I did, Stepped out, 4 blocks down the road, highway 195, fume, there, whoop, work, and everything else. Well, yeah, it's been a cold day. But let's talk about the main subject here of this video. As of March 31st, 2019, the end of March, the entire Swansea Mall will close its doors. I had a feeling this was coming. This will be the second mall in, many years, probably 9 years, probably longer than that, of the South Coast to close its doors. The Harbor Mall obviously was the first one to fall. Now the Swansea Mall is next. So that leaves in the South Coast the Galleria and the Dartmouth Mall, obviously. And I gotta tell you, it's been a shocker. I'm shocked, but at the same time, I'm not surprised because it took this long. I thought it was going to close a couple of years ago, to be honest with you, but for it to last this long, I don't know what year the Swansea Mall originally opened. I gotta Google that to make sure. I don't know when it opened, but it is closing March 31st. I think it's the cold. It's the cold weather that's affecting my brain a little bit. Sheesh. I'll tell you what. Like I say, I'd rather take the cold than the snowstorms. Goodness sakes, man, oh man. And I feel bad for the folks in Chicago, especially my friend Rodney T. Flippin. Heard from my father was 77 degrees below zero. What? The windshield, even. I'm like, holy mackerel. If I were you, Rodney, I would get a heater. Get 2 heaters, 3 heaters. Heat yourself up, boy. Man, that's crazy. Whew. Talking about cold day in hell. I'll tell you what, winter can be hell. Trust me. But anyways, the Swansea Mall will be closing its doors in the entire mall in March 31st, 2019. I'm not surprised this wasn't happen, but I'm shocked it lasted this long. And when I first visited there, I'll tell you what, I first visited the Swansea Mall by myself back in 2001. I was still working for Ruby Tuesday at the time, and I have to bring it up again because this is how it all started. I ended up, because here's the deal. Here's the deal, okay? I started going to the Harbor Mall in Fall River because they have an arcade there, and they had Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and I end up playing that often. So 1 year, I knew it was February the 11th, I believe, 2001. Power Rangers Time Force just started. At the time, I think we're talking about the second episode or third episode. I forget which one. So, anyways, so my ex-crush and her then boyfriend Ruben, my ex-crush Paulette and her then boyfriend Ruben at the time, came up in front of the church and announced their engagement. And obviously, back then I wasn't very pleased about it. Obviously, I was really upset. My dad was trying to tell me, congratulate him and all that. I said, nah, I'm fine. While everybody was greeting people, I sat there in my seat, just, I don't know. I wasn't fuming. I was like, kind of like, I wasn't in a catatonic state though. I was just sitting there, just trying to process the whole thing, So, anyways, I figured when I get home, I gotta get out of the house. That's why I said, when I get home, I gotta get out of the house. It was my 3rd year here in the basement, of course, back then. So I decided I didn't have a computer to keep my mind off things. So unfortunately, that's the best thing is to go out. So I said I'm going to go out. I told my parents, listen, I'm going to go out. I gotta clear my head. Come back. So I decided to do that. I grabbed a tape that I usually record my music on. I started belting out belting out pretty loudly, and I sing real bad at the Power Rangers Time Force theme song. I did that. But then I think I got into much of the singing that I forgot the exit that leads me to the Harbor Mall. So I ended up going down to the Swansea Mall, and that's where I first saw the Swansea Mall. And I looked inside. I thought it would reek of awesomeness. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I'm looking around going, wow. And to me, like it had, back then, an 80s vibe to it. It had an 80s vibe to it. So I was like in awe, walking around, checking out the, place. But before I went there, I ended up stopping by my old workplace to order a blondie. And if you don't know what that is, a blondie, no, not a woman. I wish, Anyways, a blondie is like a chocolate cake pie. It's like a chocolate chip pie. It's like a chocolate chip pie. It looks like a chocolate chip cookie pie. And you can have a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top of it, where you have hot fudge or caramel sauce on it. And had that in a root beer. Would you believe that? Well, drawing yourselves with a root beer, kid. That'll perk you right up. So, anyways, I said thank you to my coworker. She was working the bar at the time, Lee. It's my brain again. Just go with me here. So, anyways, I decided, well, I gotta go. I'm gonna head up to Harbor Mall to play some video games. Video games help you keep your mind off everything. Hello. How you doing? Anyways. Sorry I'm being silly. I'm trying to be silly. I'm trying to have a sense of humor here. Anyways, went up to the Swansea Mall. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was totally reeking of awesomeness. I thought I'll stop by here often as a customer. Everything else. Then I went back home. And then on the way back, I decided, well, I'll stop by Harbor Mall. I played some Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Had my fun. Went home. And my mother applauded me. Commended me for doing that. I said, I ain't gonna sit at home. I ain't gonna sit at home and sulk all day. I had some time to process this. It's gonna be okay. And ever since then, I was fine. I was fine with the whole thing until next year. So it was kind of shocked me. Anyways, the Swansea Mall. I had a lot of memories there. Going there as an employee, though, when I quit Ruby Tuesday back in 2010, April the 13th. It's the cold weather, for goodness sakes, man. I wish it would warm up soon, though my brain can warm up. April 30th, 2010 was the last day I worked at Ruby Tuesday. In fact, I quit there, and May 1st, 2010, I worked there until the end of June, and then I ended up being transferred over to the Dartmouth Mall, because at the time, the cleaning company I worked for was also running the cleaning crew over at the Dartmouth Mall. So I wanted to get transferred there, which I did. So I worked there for a couple of months. I never liked working at the Swansea Mall ever. So I'm glad I got out of there. And a lot of things have been happening here. Sears, speaking of Dartmouth Mall, Sears at the Dartmouth Mall is closing in the fall. That means probably around September or October, it's going to close. And I'm glad my dad quit there. I'm glad my father quit there 4 years ago. So that means the auto center is going to be gone too. So a lot of things have been happening, and it's a sign of the times, guys. It's a sign of the times. Online shopping's where it's at. So unfortunately, but Sears was in way trouble before then. You got the merger with Kmart, and people somebody embezzled money, and that the whole thing was all messed up. And I kind of feel bad because Sears was a legendary store. Sears was there since the mall's inception into the city. So it's like, wow. So what do you do now? So it's going to be very interesting to see what will happen after March 30th or 31st, 2019, once the Swansea Mall goes. It seems like the Galleria and the Dartmouth Mall are left standing and are the only two malls left in the South Coast. I always consider our mall the mall of the 80s, the Galleria the mall of the 90s. And then if you want to, the Emerald Square Mall in Attleboro, that's the only one, those are the three malls right near the South Coast that you can go to. So it has been crazy for the last, crazy way to start off 2019. This is like the first month of 2019 already ended, and wow, it is crazy. So it has been very, very crazy. It has been the crazy way to start the new year. You find out a couple of staples are in the South Coast are closing. It's like, wow, yeah, online shopping's been where it's at. Going to either Amazon or this bad boy here. So who knows what's going to happen? It's a little crazy. So yep, very cold. It's been very cold around here. Tell you, it's something else. Well, so what do you do now? So, like I said, this month of February, also you'll look forward to our defending world champions, the Boston Red Sox, going back to spring training. Spring training games will be beginning and everything else. I'm so excited about. I love baseball. The boys of summer, ladies and gentlemen, the boys of summer. Yes, and we'll see what happens. And yep, a lot going on. A lot of things going on. I don't know what to tell you guys. Don't know what to tell you. Like I said, when it comes to my life, things get crazy around here. You know what I'm saying? So, yep. So, Dartmouth Mall Sears closes at fall of this year, and the Swansea Mall will close March 31st, 2019. That's a couple of months from now. Unbelievable. Times have changed, guys. Times have changed. I mean, look what the internet has done for me. I was able to do cool stuff, able to buy cool stuff, and get harassed along the way by total strangers that don't know me from a hole in the wall, and befriended by total strangers who like the same things I'm liking, and I get to know them more as people. How cool is that? Totally awesome. Are you talking to me? You talking to me? You talking to me? All right. A last bit of business here I wanted to get to here. As a result of all this will be the last time I'll be talking about my workplace. There's a policy set in where nobody is to know anything, and I figure this will be the last time I will talk about my work job. And another reason why, a couple of more reasons why, not because of the mall, the policies, the company policy, the mall policy taking place. So there's that. And plus, I get harassed about it on Twitter by like I said, complete trolls. And also, work can be very depressing. I know it's a job and you make money off it, but it can be very depressing from time to time. So it's one of those things where you just you just you talk about working, you're like, you know what I'm saying? Just say, I'm not going to talk about work anymore. I'm going to try to refrain from the weather as well. Refrain from talking about the weather as well. I know sometimes in winter it can drive people crazy. It drives me crazy. It drives everybody crazy. So that will be it. I'm trying to keep the positive, fun stuff going on. I'm going to try to keep doing that. I'm trying to figure out what to get with over. Well, I got a lot of eBay gift cards that I get to use up. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to figure out what to get. It's really tough to buy something that you like. You basically had your dreams come true. So it's anyways. So I'll figure everything out when I get to it. So yeah. So exciting wrestling tomorrow. One more day, and I got Saturday off. And Saturday's Groundhog Day, you know what that means. That day, 9 years ago, was the day that my life has changed forever. My work life has changed. When managerial changes happened at Ruby Tuesday to the point where mostly everybody that I knew, left the place. I left, like I said, in April of 2010. And to me, personally, it turned into the worst decade of my life. It's been really tough. We had challenge after challenge after challenge. A lot of things have happened. A lot of things from the political realm. We had, challenges in our family. And I have people passing away. It has been the worst decade of my life. But like I said, I'm still standing and surviving. Why? Because I refuse to give up. I refuse to give up. I refuse, man. That's how I am. So I'm going to keep going with this. So I'm going to try. And I'm hoping and praying and promising you guys a Get These Thumbs episode. I got to get these thumbs up. I have not done in a while. It's hard for me to figure out what game I want to play. What out of all my favorite games that I want to play. So tune in and find out for sure. I'm hoping and I'm praying this weekend that I will do a Get These Thumbs episode. I promise you guys, okay? I know I'm world's worst procrastinator when it comes to that. So I will look around. I'll take a look around and try to find out what the heck is going on. So sometimes you gotta have a plan in mind. You have to work your brain. You have to spin the information in your head a little bit and find out what you want. So basically, hey, it happens. Alright then. Like I said, the big news is the Swansea Mall will be closing its doors March the 31st, 2019, and the Dartmouth Mall Sears will be closing its doors fall of this year. So, rest in peace for both venues. We're going to miss you. Alrighty then, that's all the time we have on this show and on this episode. Episode 185 has been complete. God's blessings to all of you. Catch you on the flip side. And remember this, kids. Pay attention to everything in life because you might learn something. Alright? See you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Wonderful night. And stay warm.